Hey, what is up, YouTube? What is up, Christianology family? So, we have a Michigan cop that allegedly kills a black man with his car. Let's see if he was guilty of doing that. I'm watching the video from Brandon Tatum. He's an ex-cop, so it's obviously the right person to listen to because he used to be a police officer. He knows the laws. Yes, laws are different in each state, but this type of crime, alleged crime, like most police officers will be like, hey, that was not right, that was right. Okay, let's get straight to the video. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's get straight into it.
Discretion is advised. This is a video made specifically for educational purposes. I'm not doing this for any other reason but to educate the public, people who are running from police, and also police officers who engaged in apprehending suspects. It's invaluable that you understand the nuance and therefore you don't fall into the same trap that either one of these people fell into. All right, so let's roll the film.
Hands on your back. Hands on your back. Behind your back.
All right, so let's put a little context on it. So, Detective Sergeant Brian Keeley. Let's see. It was accused of hitting Samuel Sterling, who's the guy that you see running. Let's see. This pursuit happened on April the 14th, 2024. And Sterling,
being a cop gotta suck.
Probation violation. He was convicted for unlawfully possessing a firearm and financial tracking or stealing a financial tracking device. Now I'm thinking the financial tracking device could be like a
scammer,
a card reader or something.
Card reader or something like that.
He ripped it out at a convenience store or something of that nature. And
he's a scammer. He's scamming
which gives
cards.
a person access that they can access to all the credit card information from all the people who swipe their credit cards potentially, and in violation of unlawfully possessing a firearm as a convicted felon.
It's felon, right?
You know, when I put this in perspective, this guy is not a good guy. This guy's
Yeah.
not the guy trying to get his life together. He's violated his probation. He's caught. He's probably going to go back to jail, rightfully so, because if they put you on probation, you're supposed to behave. And he don't want to go to jail. Just like a kid, they say, I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to school.
I don't want to go to prison.
You should know better than to throw hissy fits because you want to do something or you got to do something you don't want to do. Because as an adult, it's 100% your fault that you got to do something you don't want to do. Now, he's running from the cops. It doesn't appear that he's armed, but he's running. And I can't say this enough to young people. There is no reason whatsoever you should be running from police. One, you're not going to get away. Two, something bad can happen to you. You can run into a rogue cop, or something accidentally can happen to you even if there's good cops. You could be mistaken for pulling a weapon. You could be running into traffic. An oncoming car hit you and kill you. You add more charges. All that stuff can occur when you're running.
Like, man, you live in America. You caught. There's cameras everywhere. They're going to get your face. They're going to get your license plate. They're going to get wherever you went. I always say this. There's no benefit of running from the cops. If you're not guilty, go to court. You're not going to be found guilty. If you're guilty, still surrender because your charge is going to be less. Your charge is going to be less. Your years might be less. Might be 5 years less. That's better than nothing. Let's say they're trying to sentence you to 15 years. You don't run. You obey the law. You obey the cops. They take you in. The judge sees that. You surrendered. Easy arrest. The judge takes into perspective that. He looks at your case. Instead of giving you 15, I'm going to give you 10. And you could come out around 7, 8 years. Good time. Like, you got to think. Criminals, the smart criminals know, hey, if I do this, the charges are at 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, 5 years. I'm putting that into my mind. Okay, I'm about to be caught. Okay, let me just go serve my 5 years. Let me serve my 5 years. It's cool. Whatever I did, I'll come out. I'm not a free man. But if you go there, you're running, you go kill a cop, that's a different case. They're going to bury you under the jail. Okay?
And being silly. Do not do courtside justice. Curbside justice. Go to court, have your day, and defend yourself. And there's appeals courts. If you feel like that the verdict wasn't reasonable, it wasn't fair. But the biggest thing is don't commit crimes in the first place and you'll never be on probation.
Never. No.
Don't be illegally in possession of a firearm. You'll never be on probation for being illegally in possession of a firearm. And nobody and their mama can tell me, oh, it's just a circumstance of the environment. I mean, when I was young, I could have had a stolen gun. I could have sold drugs. I could have did all that. But I know that leads you to going to jail, and I don't want to go to jail.
Because I like women. I don't want to be around men 24/7. I already don't even like people. I'm already an introvert. I already don't like people, and I want to be surrounded by men. No way. I love women, bro. That's my like sin or burden or whatever. Woman. Like David in the past, woman was a sin. Like me too. I guess it was passed from our fathers, right? It's passed from our fathers, our generation, right? I like women. David like women in the Bible. So that's our thing we gotta deal with. That's our thing that God has to change in us. All right. So please. I lost my train of thought. I was just.
You got a couple officers on foot. You got some people in plain clothes, and it looks like he's at the last 50 meters of the 400-meter dash. He ain't running that fast, and so what's about to happen next, in my opinion, is 100% preventable. Road clip. So look, they're running after him. They're close. This car decides, officer, the trooper in this car decides to ram him and crash him into this wall, crushing him, when all he had to do was kind of block him off.
And it looks like, I don't know if, it looks like the road is also wet. So maybe he couldn't, maybe the brakes didn't catch on time. Maybe he wanted to slow down a little bit, just bump him a little bit so he stops or falls to the ground. But I guess maybe the traction, the brakes couldn't catch in time to stop his vehicle. I'm not sure. So let's just get back to the video.
And crash him into this wall, crushing him, when all he had to do was kind of block him off.
Behind your back. Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Hands behind your back. Roll over. Get on your back. Hands behind your back.
Later in the hospital, he passed. But here's another look at it. The cops are going, he's running like he got a monkey on his back. Matter of fact, a gorilla on his back. He's running like he's all out of energy and both his hamstrings are cramping. He's literally running like I look if I ever had to run a mile and a half again, like I did at the police academy. This is what he looked like. Look how he's running. He barely moving. My guy is speed walking. He might as well be speed walking. So what does that say, Brandon? And all jokes aside, he's out of gas. He just keep driving. You in a car. You're in a vehicle. He's running. He will expire at some point and quit and give up and cramp and pass out. It ain't no way in the world he's training for a marathon. And you're going to have to chase this guy somewhere. He probably smoking weed and drinking lean and Hennessy all day. He ain't got no juice in him.
No stamina.
That man probably ran from across the street over here and he looked like this. So cops, man, you can see the dude. You're like, all right. At some point, he gonna slow down. So he running like that. Don't look like he's reaching for a gun. There's no reports that he had a gun on him when they initially made contact. He's not running to the front of the business, right? Because you have a threat that he's gonna go in there and take hostages. Okay. He's not running to the front of the business. He's running on the side to the drive-through. What are you gonna do? Jump through the drive-through window? I mean, you got a lot of time to deal with a suspect like this, and you're in a vehicle. Driving, and boom. Now we stopped the video before he actually hit him, but this is what happened. He sideswiped the guy and then ran him into the wall. Let me give you a few pointers here. First and foremost, you're in the car, he's running. You got the other guys here chasing him. The best thing for you to do is run and cut him off. Now, let me add what a cop could say that the cop was viewing here that could have caused him to feel like he needs to utilize deadly force in order to prevent the suspect. Now, if the cop is somehow thinking, which I don't know why a cop would think this way, but just say that that's what he wrote in his case report, that somehow he was thinking that this guy's running up the side of the building and he's going to go for that car in the drive-thru and hijack somebody or carjack somebody. It is, to me, that argument is going nowhere, given the fact that he is probably about 50 or 60 feet from that car when he gets hit by the police officer. What I believe I would have done, and I never like to say, this is what I would do, because I wasn't in a situation, but I have been in situations like this. What I believe I would have done and what I think would have been appropriate is that you just cut the man off, right? Unless he got a gun in his hand and he running with a gun and you probably ram him. But if he's running like that, you just run and get ahead of him and then make him run around the car. And then therefore your buddies will probably catch up with him. And if they don't, let him keep running. When we were in the academy, they taught us, stay in the car as long as you can, right? When somebody get on foot, you stay in the car as long as you can. Don't immediately chase the person. Don't just take off running. If your car is near, let him run. You get in the car. Ding, 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 ding. It's very simple. And I have had that play out scenarios. Those scenarios play out when I was a cop 1,000 times. Not exactly 1,000 times, but probably about 40 times. Where somebody takes off running, and I'm like, oh no. You run, I'm going to get in the car. And I get in the car, and they running up the street because they can't go through a residential area. They just running and running and running. I get in the car, and I go, bah, bah. They tired, I'm fresh. I jump out the car fresh. They just ran a half a block. I'm fresh. I get
half a mile.
Jump in front of them, go in front of them, pop out on them, lock my car, and stop resisting. Instead, this man decided to ram him into a wall. Now, I'll put the full version of this on Tatum Plus. So if you want to see it without editing, you'll see him bang the guy against the wall, and I'll play it. We'll make an edit to this video, and we'll play it all the way through. But you can get that on Tatum Plus. The link will be in the description section. And Tatum Plus is my subscription program. So you can get exclusive content, Loving Black and White. Me and my wife have a podcast together. Also, I was doing Cigar Lounge, but we kind of had to rebrand that. All of the content I put on YouTube is on there ad-free. So you won't hear me reading ads and none of that stuff on the content I put on Tatum Plus. And it's a great way to support me because I got hacked, and I need to make a video about that. I got hacked on Facebook, and they deleted my entire Facebook account. And so I literally have no Facebook anymore. Everything that I built for the since 2018, gone.
Damn.
No, before 2018. I was on
That's
Facebook
crazy.
in 2015. So 2016, 2017, I don't remember when my Explorer, my professional page was established, but it had to have been like 2018. All those years, all those videos completely gone. And Facebook, they haven't done a good job of helping me get this back. And so that's why I have Tatum Plus, because so if something happen, man, YouTube trip out, where we gonna go? And only like a couple hundred of y'all know about Tatum or subscribe to Tatum Plus, and y'all keep getting the video because I'll keep making them. And I'll just put them on Tatum Plus, and you'll just keep getting my videos every day. You'll just have to see them on Tatum Plus instead of one of these platforms. But some of y'all don't know. So go to Tatum Plus, sign up today. It's only like $5.99 a month, which is, the Starbucks a month. It's Starbucks coffee a month. That's all it is. And it's a great.
It's good.
Like 30% off the store.
It's great.
I don't promote enough. You get 30% off the store when you're a Tatum Plus member. And so you'll go through, you have a code there, and you get 30% off the store forever, as long as you're a member. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that concludes what I was saying, because I lost track when I was running my mouth about Tatum Plus. We'll post that other video on there. But also, I just want to make the commentary with the police officers that I don't know what he was thinking. I haven't read a case report of his. When it comes out and I get access to it, I'll read it, maybe make a follow-up video. But I don't know what his excuse is. But right now, as it stands, it doesn't appear that he
don't look good.
Right, he was charged with second-degree murder, and also it seems like the district attorney or whoever it was that was speaking on the video, I forget who she was, but she had made mention this or that, meaning that second-degree murder or manslaughter. So I don't know if they have the option to go with one or the other, but the first-degree murder comes with a life sentence, and the manslaughter comes with like a 15-year sentence. Now, they don't mean they have to give you the max sentence, but that's what they're potentially looking at. When it comes down to what he did, you can't use the excuse of, I accidentally, I wasn't thinking, because somebody died. That's somebody's son, that's somebody, father. You got to do due diligence.
Uncle.
You have to be responsible.
You got to protect yourself.
You don't get the luxury of saying, I thought that I was going to, and this is what they teach us in the academy. They don't let us go in the academy and just go out there and do whatever you want to do. They scare you to death in the academy. Everybody that come out the academy is scared to do anything because you're scared to get sued. You don't want to go to prison. You don't want to accidentally violate somebody's constitutional rights on accident. It's the law is nuanced. Sometimes the law is not as clean cut. Sometimes it becomes ambiguous. And can you put your foot in somebody's door when they open the door in a consensual contact, or if you got a suspect on the other side of the door, can you and obviously case law has illustrated that if
that's it for that video though. But this is what black people should riot about. This is what you should riot about, not George Floyd. George Floyd died of fentanyl. This man got killed by the police officer. This is what you should riot for. This is justified. I would never talk about, hey, black people rioting for this. Nah, you guys can do whatever you want. The man lost his life because of the cop. If he didn't ram his vehicle into him, he wouldn't have died. So I have nothing to say about it, man. Prayers to the family, and hopefully charges are pressed, or hopefully he's convicted of the crimes that he did, because killing someone like that is just I don't know. It's terrible, man. Someone lost their life because you didn't want to do your job right.